All right, let's just jump straight back into the fire. So in the last chapter, you did it. You mastered the self. You won the lesser work. And you probably thought, that's it. The war is over, right?
But what if that incredible victory wasn't the end of the road? What if self-mastery was just the beginning of the war, not the end? Yeah. What if it was just the ticket you needed to get into a much bigger, much more dangerous game? This, right here, is where the story actually kicks off. Because remember how we left off? Red Magic 41 ended with this. Just stark warning. Welcome to the praxis. Welcome to the war. See, the battle was never about conquering your soul in a vacuum. No, that was just boot camp. The real war is for your reality itself. So, let's just get this straight, because this is a huge shift. The war after the war. That entire epic journey, the lesser work, the absolute mastery of your own minds, your emotions, your actions, that wasn't the final boss, not even close. It was the tutorial level. The real battleground, it's your life, right now, today.
And this just reframes everything, doesn't it? Conquering yourself was just the first campaign. It forges the weapon. But now the world is going to test your new power. And where does that test begin? Oh, it begins in the most chaotic, unpredictable, and frankly brutal arena of them all, your relationships. Okay, so if we're going to win this new war, we first have to see the battlefield for what it truly is. And according to this source, the way most people do relationships, it isn't just a little flawed, it's not just broken, it's a trap. It's a prison, the parasite's prison. And man, this is a brutal diagnosis. It says the unawakened human, the default state for most, seeks relationships from a place of lack. They're a beggar, coming to the table not to give but to take. They're looking for someone else to complete them, to validate them, to fill that gaping hole inside. And what does that create? A prison. A codependent nightmare where two empty people try to drain life from each other just to feel whole for a second. Sound familiar at all?
And this just lays it out so clearly, the two paths. You've got the beggar on one side, always hunting for completion, always draining value from others, always seeking validation because they have none. They live in a prison of their own need. Then you have the king. The king becomes whole first. The king generates value, creates abundance. The king is validation, and they don't live in a prison, they build a kingdom. And here's the kicker. You have to choose. There is no in between. Which one are you? So how do you break out of that prison and start building your own damn kingdom? Well, this is where we get the key. The secret weapon for this entire stage of the war. And it's not some clever little trick or strategy. No. It's a fundamental, unbreakable law of reality. This is the praxis of resonance.
Okay, you need to burn this into your brain because this right here, this changes the entire game. The law of resonance. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. Let that sink in. The universe isn't some cosmic vending machine where you put in a wish and get what you want. No, it's a mirror. A perfect, ruthless mirror. Reality must bring you reflections that match your core frequency. This law yanks you out of a position of powerless begging and slams you into the driver's seat of absolute creative power. So what's the takeaway? What's the mission? It's simple. Stop hunting. Just stop. Stop chasing. Your new obsession, your entire purpose is to become. To forge yourself into a sun, a source of light, of energy, of gravity so immense that the right people, the right circumstances, they have no choice but to be pulled into your orbit. All right, that's the big idea, but how do we actually do it? How do we make this real? Let's get tactical. This is about forging your reflection. There's a protocol, a clear set of steps for wielding this incredible power. And here it is, your quick win protocol. Step 1. Define the ideal. And I mean, get brutally honest with yourself. Write down the ruthless truth of the qualities you actually desire in an ally, a partner, whatever. No holding back. Step 2 is the magic bullet. Embody the ideal. You have to become the living, breathing incarnation of those exact qualities. You want integrity? You become integrity. You want strength? You become strength. And step 3, trust the law. You focus on building your kingdom with the absolute, unshakable certainty that the right citizens will show up. You don't have to go looking for them. And if you remember nothing else, remember this. You do not chase the reflections you desire. You become the object that casts them. Stop running after shadows on the cave wall. Turn around. Become the fire. Become the object.
That is where 100% of your power is.
Okay, so once you get this, once you truly master the art of casting reflections and attracting the right people into your life, you start to realize something. This power, it isn't just for relationships. There's another massive illusion out there, another prison keeping people trapped. And that brings us to the next battlefield. The next illusion, wealth. And just like before, we start by shattering the mental cages, the programming you've been fed your whole life. Let's hit them rapid fire. The slave lie number 1. Money is the root of all evil. A classic lie, right? Told by those in power to make you afraid of the very tool you need to build your kingdom, to keep you small and content with scraps.
Then there's slave lie number 2. Poverty is a sign of holiness. Oh, this one is insidious. It's designed to make you believe that being powerless is somehow virtuous, that being weak and broke in the real world makes you spiritually strong. It's a complete, total inversion of the truth.
And here comes the red truth, the reframe that just shatters those chains. Money is a form of energy, a neutral, liquid symbol of value and power. That's it. It isn't good, it isn't evil, it's just energy. It's a current. Hating it is as ridiculous as hating gravity or electricity. The goal is not to worship it or fear it. The goal is to command it. So that leaves us with one final massive question. You just learned how to command relationships, how to become a magnet for the people you desire. But what if that same exact energy, the energy of wealth, what if it answers to a new master too? What if the law of resonance applies to money itself, and it's just waiting for a true sovereign to step up and tell it where to go? That is the war ahead of us. Look, if this cracked you open, if this lit a fire in you, I want you to drop your single wildest takeaway in the comments below, and then make sure you subscribe because you're going to want to chase this next twist with the rest of us, with the awakened, not the dreamers. Episode 43 is calling.